What is going on YouTube? Joe here with Culination Media, and welcome back for another episode of Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire Battle Spot Live. This is episode number 15, and coming into today's episode, we are sitting nice and pretty at a record of 22-6. So, yeah, we're already approaching a possible 20-game differential, but we're going to have to get a couple of double victory episodes in a row, and we've already been kind of on a roll with that, so I feel like if I say anything more about that, I'm going to jinx it, and in fact, I may have already done so, so we're going to just stop talking about that right now. So far, I've really been enjoying this team. Mega Glalie has been putting in so much work that it is ridiculous. I'm going to try to get some other team members into the action this time, since this will be the last time we're using this team already. This whole session just flew by. I'll go over the little nuances of the team here in a second as a review for you guys in case you didn't watch the other episodes or you just need a refresher. But before we do that, just a friendly reminder in case you guys haven't done so already and you would like to show your support to the channel, the series, and all that fun stuff, you can do so by clicking that like button right below this video, or you can leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Suggestions, of course, are also welcome if you have Pokemon that you would like to see in a future video later on, as I am going to be breeding soon, so I'm taking suggestions over Twitter and that kind of stuff. Alright, so let's see here. Interesting team that we're going up against. Now, as for the refresher for the team, our Mega Glalie is going to be a physical variant. It is packing Explosion and Spikes, Return, and Ice Shard. Then we have physically defensive Chesnaught, Life Orb Jolteon, Focus Sash, Dragon Dancing Crawdaunt. Then we have Choice Banded Scizor, and physically defensive Rotom Heat. So, looking at this team here, I immediately want to bring Rotom Heat just because of, well, we have Talonflame and Ferrothorn, and Rotom can handle both of those pretty well. But let's see here. We have Mega Lopunny, most likely. Not most likely, definitely. There's no way that that is any other kind of Lopunny. This is Battle Spot. People don't use creative things. So we're going to lead off with Glalie, actually, because Glalie can take on Garchomp very easily. It can take on Togekiss surprisingly easily. I have to bring the Chesnaught just because Chesnaught can handle Garchomp. I really don't have anything else that can. I guess Rotom can, but Rotom doesn't take Outrages too well. And Chesnaught handles Lopunny a little bit better than Rotom does. I'm kind of tempted to bring Rotom as the last Pokemon for this team, but I also don't really have anything that can handle Talonflame. Well, Rotom can handle Talonflame too. But Scizor can handle Togekiss. Oh my gosh, I can't make my mind up here. We're going to go with Jolteon. So all of that stuff that I just said, we're going against all of it. I'm going to bring Jolteon because I want to see Jolteon do some more work. Put in a lot of work in the last episode. So we'll see what happens. Oh my goodness, I feel like I just talked for a really long time about nothing. I really do feel that way. So we're leading off with Glalie, who's been an absolute terror in this session so far. I'm so happy that it's put in this much work. I'm really looking forward to using it some more and mixing in some different sets, like a special variant and a mixed variant, because there's so many different options. Okay, so we have Rotom Wash up against Glalie here. Don't think it's a great idea to just stay in, because I can't really touch this thing. I could set up spikes, but you probably... my opponent probably brought Talonflame too, so setting up hazards isn't really going to help us. That's 2 out of 3 Pokemon that aren't affected by it. So I think I'm going to switch into Jolteon just to make sure that this thing can't Volt Switch away. And hopefully lock it into something. That'd be great. No, we see a Will-O-Wisp, and Jolteon also doesn't mind that, but we avoid the attack because Roman the Hack God has been on our side as of late. Very much so. We've been getting kind of lucky, to be perfectly honest. So this thing probably isn't choiced, I would guess. If it's running Will-O-Wisp, people tend not to use Specs or Scarf Will-O-Wisp, at least on Battle Spot. Maybe it is, though. Who knows? We are seeing a withdrawal here into Garchomp, maybe? No, it's going to be Ferrothorn, which is fine because I went for Signal Beam just to make sure that Garchomp couldn't come in for free. And that still doesn't really do that much to Ferrothorn here, which kind of stinks. Now, we have an option to just go for Signal Beam again and see what this thing is going to do. But if I Volt Switch, he could very easily just Leech Seed. I mean, I have Chesnaught too, though, so you know what? We're going to just Volt Switch out. And unfortunately, we do get hurt by the Life Orb, but every little bit of chip damage on a Ferrothorn does help. So I'll take that risk of that Life Orb damage actually meaning something later on. And we can go right into Chesnaught here. Glalie is not going to be KOing Ferrothorn from that range, so there's no reason to switch it in. So I will go into the Chesnaught as he pulls off the knockoff. Okay, interesting. He does get hurt by the Rocky Helmet, but our helmet is gone now. So that could be important for later on. I don't know. Not really going to be important against a Rotom. Depends on what his last Pokemon is. Now, do I want to Leech Seed predicting a switch? I kind of do. Because I don't think... Why would he stay in? Yeah, let's Leech Seed predicting a switch. No, he's going to stay in with Ferrothorn. What are you going to do? Oh, you're going to set up Stealth Rock. Okay. So I could have just Drain Punched you for free. Over prediction on my part there. Huh. I kind of want to do it again, but we have to be safe here and go for, I guess, Drain Punch. So, yeah, that's what we're going to do. He stays in again with Ferrothorn. Why are you just sacrificing this thing at this point? Drain Punch is not enough to take him out. And unfortunately, we take more from the Iron Barbs than we recovered. See what he goes for. Oh, and he has the Rocky Helmet. That stinks. Power Whip, and we avoid the attack. You're staying into Power Whip a Chesnaught? He must really think that there's just no point of having this Ferrothorn alive at this point. Which I don't understand why. I'm just going to go for Spikes here. Why not? Depends on what his last Pokemon is, but sure. Power Whip, yeah, that's not going to do much. I'm not that afraid of that, so I figured we might as well set up at least one layer in case he has a Focus Sash user. I mean, it could very easily be Talonflame as his last Pokemon. I'll go for Spiky Shield. Oh, he's going to withdraw. Okay, then. I should have went for Drain Punch. Oh my gosh, I should have went for Drain Punch. Why did I go for Spiky Shield? Okay, it fails. I mean, I don't think that Lopunny can one-shot us even with an Ice Punch here. Because he's going to Fake Out probably first turn. Still, oh my gosh, I can't believe I didn't go for Drain Punch. I was trying to avoid all that extra damage from the Rocky Helmet and Iron Barbs. Because I wasn't going to get anything back. He barely had any HP. But now with the Spikes, that's the other thing. With Spikes up, it's like, why would you switch out Ferrothorn? He's just dead coming back in. I mean, that's fine by me. He's going to Mega Evolve. And I'm assuming Fake Out will be what we see the first turn. But that's why... can't talk. That's why I wanted to go for Spiky Shield here. As he does go over the Fake Out, so we're not going to get hit by that. And he does take a little bit of recoil damage. For some reason, I just had a really hard time constructing that sentence. Nothing new. It's basically what usually happens to me. So he is going to go for the Ice Punch there. That does okay damage. Nothing great. And this might be a one-shot from that range. And it is. So Mega Lopunny going down. And we're going to get back up into the green area. Who doesn't like being in the green area as far as your health is concerned? So Mega Lopunny gone. Ferrothorn is as good as dead here. So out comes the Rotom. And let's see here. What do I want to do? Do I want to Drain Punch you? Do I want to Leech Seed you? I think I want to Leech Seed you and at least force you to switch. Oh, he goes for the trick. He was choice. So he had Will-O-Wisp, but he was choice. Okay. And it was Specs. Specs Will-O-Wisp. Now that is interesting. But I guess he's assuming if he's going to trick it away, you know, you might as well have it on the set. It is useful on Battle Spot. So we do connect with the Leech Seed. You get a little bit of health back, which is great. But we are locked into... what was it? Leech Seed. That's right. I couldn't think of the name of the move. Oh my gosh, I'm having so many brain farts today. It's not even funny. We probably want to switch here. I'm guessing another Will-O-Wisp is going to come here, unless he's just going to try to Volt Switch. Which is why, in the off chance he wants to do that, I want to switch Jolteon in here. And we'll see what he does. He does go for the Volt Switch, so activated is our Volt Absorb, and that prevents him from switching. We're going to get back up to full health, thanks to the Leech Seed. We know he's not locked in or anything, because he has no item at this point, because Chesnaught had his Rocky Helmet knocked off a while back from the Ferrothorn. Now we can just T-Bolt. And we'll see if he wants to hard switch. No, he does not, so he's going to stay in, take the T-Bolt. And that does a solid chunk of damage. Hydro Pump, maybe? Nope, he opts to go for the Will-O-Wisp. We avoid the attack again just to add insult to injury. I think at this point, we already have won the match. But that's just kicking someone when they're down. He already missed the Will-O-Wisp earlier on in this battle. That is really unfortunate. Now it doesn't matter. I'm just going to Volt Switch. That'll take out the Rotom. I was kind of expecting a forfeit here, but that did not happen. And the Ferrothorn should go down via the spikes as it comes back in. And even if it doesn't, we can easily take it out with anything, really. So let's send out Chesnaught for this. Take a little bit of damage due to the Stealth Rocks. I actually forgot that he had Stealth Rocks up on our side of the field. But out comes the Ferrothorn. We'll see if he's within range. And he just barely is. So down goes the Ferrothorn. That actually is going to end up being a 3-0 in our favor, despite being about an 8-minute battle, which is kind of long for a 3v3. Typically, they only run about 5 minutes or so, depending. But yeah, alright, so victory for us. That brings our record to 23-6. So we've had, what, 3 3-0s in a row now? Something like that. That's outrageous. I don't know if I've ever even had 2 in a row in the history of this series on the channel. I'll take it, though. I will take it. Alright, let's get into our second battle for the day. Somebody from Japan, surprise, surprise. I always record like in the middle of the night, so it's like I'm always going to run into Japanese players when you're recording at 3 in the morning. Okay, so this is a pretty cool team. A couple of Pokemon you don't see as often on BattleSpot. Quagsire, that's cool. Volcarona, Terrakion, and Serperior, which is likely going to be the Leaf Storm Contrary variant, because that seems to be the only set that people use now. I mean, by far, it's the best set, I guess, so it makes sense, but it's pretty predictable now. So let's see. What do I want to bring here? I feel like I have to bring Chesnaught just because of the fact that Kangaskhan is there. Chesnaught also takes care of Terrakion pretty well because it resists the Rock-type stab, so, you know, Stone Edge won't be destroying our lives. Rotom could be a good choice, because it does take on Aegislash and Volcarona and Serperior all pretty well. Resist the stabs of most of those. So we could do that. And I feel like we haven't used Chesnaught that much, just because our main offensive Pokemon has been Glalie throughout this session. So we're going to lead off with her. And we'll see how that goes. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think Quagsire is going to be coming in this battle just because he sees Chesnaught. He probably won't bring it. He's probably going to bring the Kangaskhan. Let's see, if I was him, what would I do? Probably not the Serperior either, because Chesnaught, Rotom, and Scizor, that's not a good matchup for Serperior at all. So Volcarona would probably be a Pokemon I'd want to bring, just for Scizor, because the rest of his team kind of has problems with Scizor. So I'm thinking Kangaskhan and Volcarona, and I don't know about the last Pokemon. Like I said, probably not Quagsire. And probably not Serperior, so I don't know. I guess Terrakion? Who knows? We'll find out as the battle goes on here. We're going to lead off with the beautiful Claudina, the Crawdaunt, against Kangaskhan. So I got one of them right, at least. So we're not going to waste the Focus Sash of Crawdaunt here. We're going to save her for later on, especially if Volcarona is on the team, because Aqua Jet can prove to be invaluable and kind of save our behinds later on. So I'm going to go right into Chesnaught to take the incoming Fake Out / return / power-up punch, whatever this thing wants to go for. Chesnaught will be ready to take it and inflict some Rocky Helmet damage. He does go straight for the return, so no Fake Out, and yeah, that does a lot of damage. That brings us down to about 40-ish%. Or, I'm sorry. It did about 40-ish%. Not it brings us down to 40-ish%. Either way, we could probably just go for Drain Punch here. Or we could go for Leech Seed, predicting a switch into something that's not Serperior. I don't think he brought Serperior. I really don't. Could go for Spiky Shield too, but you know what? I'm going to go straight for the Leech Seed, predicting a switch, and he is indeed going to switch. Not wanting to take all that recoil on the Kangaskhan, he is going to switch into Volcarona, so I actually got 2 of the Pokemon right, as far as what I thought he was going to bring. So I guess that's something. It doesn't really matter what I get right unless I win the battle, though, so patting myself on the back for that doesn't do anything. It really does not, but I do have Rotom, which should be able to handle Volcarona, especially combined with the Aqua Jet pressure that we can put on it from Chesnaught. Now, this Rotom is not especially defensive, but it's really the only switch I have. And he doesn't know that I brought it yet, so he probably won't try to make any predictions. So I'm guessing either just a Quiver Dance, or he's just going to go straight up for the Fiery Dance / Fire Blast or Flamethrower or whatever he's carrying. Usually it's just Fiery Dance because it has a pretty decent shot of increasing your special attack further. So it makes Volcarona so dangerous. If I could set up rocks here, I would too, but I don't have anybody that can do that. Nor do I have the time to do it either. Volcarona is an immediate threat. So we're going to go right into Rotom as he does go for the Bug Buzz. And wow, was that a critical hit? It was not. That just did so much damage. He shows off the Life Orb. Okay. So it's possible that... It's possible that he's not even Quiver Dance. That he's just, I don't know, HP, like, Rock, maybe? HP Rock, Giga Drain, Bug Buzz, and then Fiery Dance. It's possible. So, thanks to the Leech Seed, though, we did recover most of that health back. And I'm assuming he's going to want to switch here. So I am going to go for the Volt Switch and really hope that it's not Quagsire that's going to come out here. Because then we're going to be stuck. Nope, it's going to be the Terrakion. Okay, so now we know his full team, and our opponent knows our full team as well. That did so much damage thanks to the critical hit, which that really may come into play. I don't know. That's kind of unfortunate, but we can offer some immediate pressure thanks to Chesnaught. And he's probably going to want to switch here because Terrakion will be as good as dead. But I'm going to go for it anyway. I don't want to risk losing my Focus Sash. Probably the best play for my opponent would be to switch in Kangaskhan, which wouldn't take that much damage. Because he's not going to switch in Volcarona, obviously, and the only other option he would have would be to sacrifice Terrakion, and he may want to be saving that for something. Specifically, Rotom. That critical hit kind of stinks. Because that wasn't going to do that much without a crit. But even without the crit, Aqua Jet from an adaptability Chesnaught, I mean, this is probably offensive Terrakion. Is there any other kind of Terrakion? So it's not like... Yeah, I'd have to calc it, obviously, but I don't think it would matter that much. But it could matter depending on how the rest of the match plays out. Well, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. And he does go into the Kangaskhan, which is a good play, because, oh my gosh, that looks like... I can't tell if that's going to be enough. So, you know what, I'm going to switch. It's not worth the risk because Return will just OHKO through the Focus Sash, so we have to go back into Chesnaught. He's going to predict that. And he does go for the EQ, so he doesn't get hit by the Rocky Helmet, which is a smart play. Does absolutely no damage, though. So that doesn't really help him here, because I can pretty easily just... I can Drain Punch, but that's not going to do much to Volcarona switching in. I could set up spikes just to try to get things within range. I feel like Drain Punch is the way to go here, though. He's not going to switch in Terrakion. We know that. I don't think he's going to switch the Terrakion back in until something goes down. I'm going to go for the Drain Punch. And he does withdraw. The Volcarona's coming in. Man, I should have went for spikes. Or Leech Seed. But we're going to get the Drain Punch off. That does basically nothing. Like 10%. I mean, it's enough to bring the Volcarona down to about 50% of its remaining health. I still think it's within range of an Aqua Jet KOing it, but we're going to have to sacrifice something. And we may just have to sacrifice Chesnaught here. And hope that Chesnaught can take out the Kangaskhan. It's tricky. That is quite a tricky situation. We're playing with fire here, literally. I'm going to go for spikes. And he does go for the fire blast, so he doesn't have the fiery dance, but that is going to be it for Chesnaught. So letting Chesnaught go down, I kind of feel like that was necessary here, because now we're in a good position. Aqua Jet should kill everything. I mean, Volcarona goes down to an Aqua Jet, Terrakion goes down to an Aqua Jet, and Kangaskhan switching in can't take 2 Aqua Jets, so there's really no reason for me to go for anything but Aqua Jet. And he's just going to let this Volcarona go down here. That is fine. Because, I mean, yeah, that's a smart move on my opponent's part anyway, because I don't think he had anything that could deal significant damage to Rotom unless he was carrying the HP Rock, and he could have been carrying the Roost to offset the Life Orb damage too. Who knows? Anyway, out comes the Kangaskhan now. And here's where having the Rocky Helmet would come in handy, because now he can fake out or return pretty much at will. And I'm not confident that Aqua Jet would kill from there. We'd have to get a higher roll than what we got last time. This is going to be tense right down to the end. We're going to go into Rotom as he does go for the fake out this time. There's really no reason for him not to. Didn't do that much. And with the lefties, yeah, he didn't really gain that much ground on us here. I think Rotom might just be able to take a return from there. And I think we're going to have to. I'm going to go for a Volt Switch. He does go for the return. Come on, Rotom. You know you want to take this. Oh, that's going to be close. And he survives with 7 HP. Yes. Yes, Rotom. Yes. We hit him up with the Volt Switch. Brings him down into the low red zone. And he is in a world of trouble now. Because both Kangaskhan and Terrakion are going to go down to an Aqua Jet. I really don't think there's anything you can do about it, except maybe sacrifice the Terrakion and try to come in and see if you can KO with a fake out, but that's not going to happen. Oh, he goes with a Sucker Punch. Okay, so a different form of priority, but it's not stab, and it's a resisted hit, so that really doesn't do that much damage at all. And here comes the Aqua Jet. Down goes the Kangaskhan. I do not believe that Terrakion has any type of priority other than maybe Quick Attack. So if he's like banded Quick Attack, he has a shot of taking me out here. And if he does, obviously we lose because Rotom has no health. But no, he's not even going to go for it. We're going for the Aqua Jets. That is super effective. Down goes the Terrakion, and that is going to be yet another double victory for us. We had 6 wins and 0 losses with this team. That is crazy to me. I don't know if we've ever done that. We may have. There's been a lot of episodes of this. I don't even remember how many there were for X and Y. But anyway, this team was so much fun. Oh my goodness. 24-6 is our record. We have a chance to break into the 20-game differential zone next time around. Oh, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Hope you guys enjoyed this session in this video. If you did, please make sure you're leaving a like rating or a comment, and I will see you all next time. But until then, game on.